Lautrec! That's the name of the mystery man. Think he's got mail? Guess we'll never know. It's locked anyway.
Maybe that's for the best. Tampering with other people's mail is illegal.
Bah c'est celle-là, de péniche. Oh le bordel! Il s'est passé un drame ici en fait. Il y a un truc à faire ici ou pas? Ouais grave, Suki va finir au menu ce soir. Ah ouais, je rentre comme ça? C'est chez quelqu'un que je connais pas et je rentre. Oh, c'était des pêcheurs.
Is that dried blood? Ew, why on earth did I just touch that?
Ils ont oublié de remplir la piscine. Grave. Grave.
Pierre! Pierre was here.
Pierre!
Looks like we're on the right track.
C'est un pêcheur? C'est un piécheur, Pierre.
How are we supposed to get on board?
Maybe there's something around here we can use.
Eh, il y a un autre chemin de l'autre côté, non? On aimerait accéder au bateau, mais avec un saut pareil, adieu les tibias, on peut peut-être se servir de quelque chose pour traverser. Ah oui, je pensais qu'on pouvait passer là, mais c'est pas possible. Ah, j'ai trouvé, il y a une planche là. Par contre, je peux pas courir dans le jeu. Là, je suis à fond. Je suis vraiment à fond. Ah,
This is so stupid. We're trespassing. We need to go back home.
But we...
What if you fall off and break your neck, Tess? Or who knows what's even in that boat? Or if the floorboards are all rotted,
on est à côté.
But we're already here. And the trailer home...
Mobile home.
The mobile home was fine. I just think... If we go back now, what's the point? Don't you want to know what happened to Grandma? To find Pierre?
Et on est à côté
Okay,
en
fine.
plus.
You stay here, and I'll see what I can find.
No, you can't go in without me.
Don't tell me what I can't do, Tess. No matter how grown up you think you might be, I'm still your mother.
You're right. I'm sorry. We've done all of this so far together. I just don't want to give that up.
All right. We'll do it together, but I should go first.
No, I should go.
No way! What if you fall off?
I could say the same to you.
Oh.
I should go first. I'm not gonna let my poor, aged mother walk across a rickety bridge before I'm sure it's safe.
Let's flip a coin. Call it heads or tails.
On part sur pile.
Tails. I lost?
Oh.
In a manner of speaking.
After you.
All right. Here I go.
Careful.
Not very climactic.
Not quite as scary as I
On a juste
thought.
traversé une
Yeah,
planche. Vraiment
this thing is pretty sturdy. Especially for just sitting out here for a few decades. Let's hope we can say the same for the rest of the boat.
Ah, je peux descendre en dessous. Que c'est ouvert. Aïe. J'ai pris la porte. J'étais surprise de recevoir une autre lettre de ta part si tôt. Une péniche aménagée, vivre sur l'eau, quelle idée romantique, mais tu ne penses pas que ça risque d'être un petit peu pour 2 enfants et nous, surtout avec une ado, tu n'aurais pas pu me consulter avant de prendre cette décision. Nous sommes toujours là à attendre que la situation se calme. Je suis impatiente de commencer une nouvelle vie, mais je commence à m'inquiéter. Que vont penser les enfants avec tout ce qu'elles ont déjà traversé? Que vont penser mes parents quand on disparaîtra? Ma pauvre mère, elle a déjà perdu son beau-fils. Est-ce qu'on ne tentera pas de nous retrouver? N'a-t-il vraiment aucune autre solution? Putain, j'ai du mal à lire là, c'est compliqué.
A letter from Grandma.
Can you imagine if my mother had actually moved us up here to stay?
I'd be Canadian.
You wouldn't even exist.
Whoa. What?
Well, who knows if I would have had a daughter if my whole life had changed back then. I certainly wouldn't have met your father.
Wow. So this is like looking into an alternate reality. I'd like to live in another reality.
Like what?
One where we were really rich, and you could fix up the Andromeda and make every play there amazing.
Tsuki.
Tess.
And we could keep Grandma's house and make it all perfect, like better than it's ever
Tsuki.
been.
There's no way to that reality from here.
Oui, oui. C'est à toi que je parle. Et elle m'énerve, hein. Elle essaye de choper ma main qu'il y a sur le bureau. Mais, alors ça... Hop, voilà, ça dégage. Elle me mord, c'est bon.
Wow. Cool.
Tess, don't touch that!
Why not? It's just as grimy as anything else in this boat. Plus, I want to find out what the winter campus fashions were in 1968.
You don't know where that's been.
Ah.
It's literally been right here for 30 years.
I mean before that. Like,
Ouais, bref,
Never
vas-y,
mind.
t'inquiète. pas grave.
and I think it was fringed jackets
The winter campus fashions in 1968?
and patterned tights. But really, put that down.
D'accord.
Wow. This is from when Grandma was really young.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this one.
You look a lot like...
Really? I always thought I looked more like my father.
Maybe you were just imagining things?
What? Oh, you mean because he might not have been my father? I suppose I can see the resemblance now that I think about it.
You have her smile. It's locked. This must be where the money is.
I seriously doubt that, but regardless, we'll have to...
Can I just kick it in?
I'd say you're free to
Descends.
try, but I don't want you
Descends.
hurting yourself.
How sturdy can it be?
Descends là.
Ow. All right, pretty sturdy.
Le bureau de Pierre, il doit bien... Mais Tsuki, tu bouges la souris avec ton cul encore, tu m'énerves là. Le bureau de Pierre, il doit bien y avoir quelque chose qui pourrait éclairer toute cette histoire. Verrouillé. Sinon, ben ouais.
Cool. Nobody to spy on now.
Reçu 3000 $ de Pierre Lautrec pour la vente de la péniche.
$3,000? For a houseboat?
Are you saying that's a lot or a little?
Bah, c'est
These are
beaucoup.
like $1968, right? I mean, $3,000 then is probably like
C'est pas moi.
$100,000.
Well, that would be a lot to pay for a houseboat like this,
Elle
but
veut pas.
no, it wouldn't be anything like that much.
So how much then?
I don't know. $10,000?
Well, that was my second guess. So, what else could you have bought for that much back then? A car? A nice car?
Probably. Maybe.
Yeah, so this crappy boat for the same amount you could buy, like, a sports car with? Seems like a lot.
But you can live on a houseboat.
You could live in a sports car if you don't have a very high standard of living.
Yeah, much higher standard of living on this rotting houseboat.
Boy, really getting into the sea captain persona, aren't we? Did the boat ever even leave this dock?
Ok, du coup, on peut pas descendre ici, mais on peut descendre de l'autre côté. Il y avait une échelle. On va descendre par l'échelle. Hop. Là. Et on va trouver forcément la clé pour pouvoir ouvrir le... Ah, c'est verrouillé. J'ai loupé quelque chose alors. Ah, il y a un papier, je l'ai pas vu. Frais de voyage, déjeuner, motel, pack de bière, dîner, pain, petit déjeuner, d'accord.
Damn, 40 grand.
We've definitely found our man.
This must have been from when he drove up here. Imagine spending $6 on a steak lunch.
Or $7 for a tank of gas.
Did people just drink more back then?
Yeah, I think so. But this is a lot, even for 1968.
Yikes. Somebody has anger issues. Couldn't just set down the knife gently, could ya?
Je vais faire le tour, peut-être que je peux passer par la fenêtre. Ah. Ah. Je pouvais pas passer ici. Il y a une trappe ici. Une porte. Oh.
Dodge this.
Comme dans Silent Hill.
Just like Silent Hill.
What?
Oh, it's this video game we played at Francine's house. It's a horror game. She really likes that stuff.
Seriously, Tess? You're thinking about video games right now?
It's foggy in the game.
Oh.
Oh no. Ah, là c'est bon, j'ai accès au bas. Qu'est-ce qu'on a ici? Oh, il avait fait la chambre et tout. Il y avait des cadeaux. Ne parle pas de ces drôles d'idées que je me fais et mes inquiétudes n'ont rien de drôle. Nous sommes tous assez affectés. Je dis qu'on aura tout ce dont on puisse rêver, mais ce n'est pas moi qui ai choisi de fuir et de franchir la frontière en demandant à l'autre de le suivre et d'emporter sa vie et ses enfants avec elle. Peu importe les sommes d'argent en jeu. Je rêve d'avoir des choses que l'argent ne peut pas acheter. Des amitiés précieuses que j'ai forgées depuis l'enfance, une relation avec mes parents et ma famille, un travail épanouissant qui me permet d'aider les autres, ou encore savoir que mes enfants peuvent grandir avec leurs grands-parents et leurs amis. Et c'est ça que tu me demandes d'abandonner, et dans quel but? Pour s'isoler dans un endroit inconnu, sur un vieux bateau, avec de l'argent qui nous permettra d'acheter quoi exactement? À quoi bon être riche si nous perdons tout?
You tell him, Grandma.
Yeah, not one to mince words.
All those years of writing advice columns paid off, I guess. Kinda nice that she was thinking about you guys, too. Not just uprooting your life, dumping you in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. I can't imagine what it would have been like to grow up here.
You'd have to learn French.
Sacre bleu.
Oh
Mon
no,
Dieu.
it's already happening.
Sacre bleu. Oh no. Sacre bleu.
Oh, it's for 4 players. Sorry, Pierre.
En tout cas, il avait déjà tout prévu et tout, le pauvre. Ah, c'est grand, hein. Sympa, hein. Sympathique. La cuisine. Oh, c'est bizarre, la cuisine, elle est pas... Elle est penchée. Genre, elle est... Ah, c'est bizarre, ouais. C'est bizarre. Les cambrioleurs frappent à nouveau à Porton. La police d'État et la police locale sont à la recherche d'un groupe de voleurs et s'étant enfuis avec une somme d'argent non révélée, dérobée à Clayman Clossier lors d'un cambriolage s'étant déroulé en pleine nuit samedi dernier. D'après la police d'État, il serait entré par effraction dans le magasin aux environs de 1h20, aurait démonté le coffre-fort du magasin et pris l'argent avant de fuir. C'est peut-être un voleur, hein?
The burglary ring! Mom, Grandma's boyfriend here was a bank robber. Why else would he have this?
Maybe my mother sent it to him.
For what?
To keep him abreast of current events?
Oh, come on, Mom. Grandma had a thing going with a bank robber. How cool is that?
Well, okay, they didn't rob any banks. It was the jewelry counters at department stores and things like that.
Department store robber doesn't quite have the same ring to it.
And it wasn't robbery, it was burglary.
What's the difference?
A robbery is when you take something from someone under duress. A burglary, you take it when they're unaware, I think.
You think?
Listen, it's been a while since I've brushed up on my criminology.
And why are they so sure it was men?
What?
It says the men broke into the store, but there were no witnesses. So how do they know it was men?
You're thinking lady robbers.
Like Catwoman.
Ça se trouve, sa
I like
grand-mère,
it.
elle a cambriolé un
Very
truc.
cinematic.
Do you think? Grandma could have helped.
Are you seriously asking if I think my mother was an accomplice in all this?
Why not?
She had 2 kids at home, and I just don't see it.
Seems like there was a lot about Grandma you weren't seeing.
Excuse me?
Sorry, Mom. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, you know, maybe that's what she wanted me to think. I didn't know about Pierre, after all.
Hmm.
Boy, he really burned through it.
I can't imagine just spending $40,000 on nothing.
Well, some of it was on this boat.
Yeah, seems like he really loved it.
Can you imagine Grandma living here?
Can you imagine August living here?
Maybe then she would have been a famous painter, because she would have, had to paint a bunch of stuff to make it less ugly.
For sure.
And you and Grandma would have had to fish every day.
This is a very tempting scene you're
Moi, j'aime
painting.
bien la pêche.
I'm imagining something like Little House on the Prairie, but on a boat.
Little houseboat on the river?
Rolls off the tongue.
Ok.
Aha!
Ah ah! Bon, je prends. Oh, je prends tout. Les clopes et tout. Ouh.
Attention, every... Oh, man, what? This doesn't work. Should have seen that coming.
Non, ça ne marche pas. Tac. On peut fumer des pipes ici. Là, j'ai les clés du bureau. Normalement, je peux aller au bureau. C'est au bureau. Attends, on préfère faire celui du bas en premier. Il n'y a rien. Très bien. Alors... J'ai bien reçu ta dernière lettre, c'est ma réponse finale. Tu dis avoir fait tout ça pour moi, mais c'est faux. Tu as fait tout ça pour toi. Toi qui n'étais pas satisfait de ce qu'on avait, de nos revenus et qui voulait toujours plus. C'est toi qui as choisi de gagner ta vie de façon illégale. C'est toi qui as choisi de fuir au Canada pour sauver ta peau et qui ne m'a rien dit jusqu'à ce qu'il soit trop tard pour faire marche arrière. Je refuse de te suivre plus longtemps. Tu dis que ce sont aussi tes enfants, je sais bien, mais ce sont mes enfants également. Je suis là pour elles, chaque jour, à les réconforter dans leur chagrin, à les consoler de la perte de leur père. Je m'efforce de jouer la comédie, mais je commence à m'habituer à cette situation. Je m'habitue à faire tout ça seule, à avoir mes propres opinions, à vivre cette nouvelle vie. Je commence à me sentir mieux et à penser que je m'en sortirai.
So I guess that's it. Grandma had enough time on her own. Without Grandpa, without Pierre. She realized she liked things better that way.
Can you blame her?
No, not at all. It was her chance to have her own independence. And who would want to give up their whole life, everything they know, just for some guy and some money?
People have done worse for less.
Yeah, but Grandma had a pretty good life, didn't she? Her advice column, her art, her kids, her house. Maybe she just needed a little time to herself to realize how good she had it.
Looks like a mailbox key.
Oh, I was hoping that would turn up.
La
I
boîte aux
swear,
lettres.
you can be so nosy sometimes.
Looks like Pierre tried to mail this, but he messed up the postage or something. Let's crack this bad boy open.
Wait, opening other people's mail? I don't know, Tess.
Oh, come on, Mom, live a little. We've already come so far. We can't just stop now, when we're so close to the truth.
I suppose you have a point.
Let's see what we've got here.
Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on a? Aux personnes concernées, je voudrais confesser ma culpabilité. J'ai participé à une série de cambriolages au cours desquels une somme totale de près d'un demi-million de dollars a été volée. J'étais inspecteur en bâtiment à King County, plus de 10 ans. Lors d'une partie de poker en 1966, j'ai été approché par un homme souhaitant m'acheter des plans et des informations. Avec d'autres associés, il visait de grands magasins et autres commerces qui gardaient beaucoup d'argent liquide sur place pendant la nuit. Je me suis retrouvée de plus en plus impliquée dans leurs affaires et ils m'ont proposé une part de 10% si je leur disais comment éviter les mesures de sécurité installées. Ils se sont mis à choisir des cibles de plus en plus risquées, mais je n'ai pas pu faire marche arrière car ils m'ont menacé, moi et ma famille. Je n'avais pas le choix, j'ai donc falsifié un acte de décès grâce à des documents dérobés au bureau du comté. J'ai abandonné ma femme et mes filles et j'ai passé la frontière sous un faux nom. Après leur avoir donné des instructions pour pouvoir me suivre. Elles ne l'ont jamais fait et je regrette de leur avoir demandé. J'ai détruit le peu qu'il me restait de mon argent mal acquis. Ma femme Hélène ne savait rien de mes méfaits, jusqu'à ce qu'il soit trop tard. Elle a joué le jeu avec l'histoire de ma mort car elle n'avait pas le choix. Elle est innocente. Je suis la seule personne à avoir volontairement choisi de prendre part à cette série de méfaits. Je demande seulement que vous laissiez ma femme et mes filles en dehors de ça. Ceci est ma confession. Léonard Lambro.
So Pierre was my dad?
He wrote this whole confession, but it never made it. It's been here ever since.
I can't believe it.
Well, it says right there.
No, I mean rhetorically, Tess. Jeez.
Right.
So my mother wasn't having an affair at all. Or whatever this would have been.
Not except with Grandpa's secret identity.
So my father hadn't died. When we thought he'd had a heart attack. He was just here. On this dock. We never got to know him. He was just a car ride away. August and I suffered over something that never even happened.
Yeah. I'm really sorry, Mom. For your whole life, you thought your dad had just died, and you had to live with that. That really sucks.
I can't believe he just abandoned us. All this time, he was here. He gave up his family, his children.
For an old boat and some booze.
I wish I could have talked to him. Just one more time. And my mother living a lie for the rest of her life. I can't even imagine. I just wish I could have talked to her about it. While she was alive.
Wish she could have trusted you?
Yeah. If we could have just... She didn't have to carry all this alone. I can't believe she would do that to us, lie to us, her whole life. Why didn't she say anything? Even when we were all grown up.
Maybe she was trying to protect you.
Yeah, maybe. August was so little. But I was old enough to know the truth. I just wish we would have talked.
So, that's it? He spent all his money, tried to send this confession, and disappeared, and he never came back? Do you think he could still be alive?
I don't know. Honestly, I honestly don't care. It doesn't really matter, does it? Either way, he's gone.
You don't want to keep going? Maybe we could find...
No, I think we've found enough.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Mom.
He pretended to die. But he really just left me, like everyone else.
I didn't leave you.
Well, maybe not yet. But your dad...
I thought you said you were the one who kicked Dad out.
I mean... Well, it wasn't quite like that. I guess... Listen. I'll give you the full story in the car. I'm freezing out here.
Yeah, me too.
Tess, thanks for doing this. For coming with me.
Of course.
And for pushing me to find out what happened.
Just doing my job.
I know I haven't been the best mom lately. But I am so lucky to have such an incredible, kind,
Oh, Mom.
beautiful, hardworking...
Stop. You'll make me cry.
just such an amazing daughter.
I love you, Mom.
I love you too, honey.
Je peux mettre mes lunettes de soleil, please.
Hey, Mom. I was thinking about something. I wonder what Grandma would say about all this.
Good question. What do you think?
I don't think she'd be too happy. Now, girls, I hid those private things away so people wouldn't find them. I don't know why you couldn't leave well enough alone. Well, if you didn't want people to find it, maybe you should have gotten rid of it. Well, okay. Maybe I did want you to find it. A little bit.
So you asked about what happened with me and Dad.
Uh-huh.
Well, your dad, was always looking for the next thing. Always had a new idea to try that was going to fix all his problems, our problems. And for a while, it was the video store. And then that sales thing, and then he decided that he was going to be a professional poker player.
Is that what you meant by full-time gambler?
Yeah. I mean, not really a gambler. He's not playing with his own money. It's all tournaments and stuff. They're playing as a sport.
That's kind of cool.
It's certainly, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's following his dreams. He might not make it, but he is going for it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I never really thought about it in that kind of light.
I mean, I wish he could have been here, but he had a dream, and he had to follow it. I get it.
Right, my little web entrepreneur.
It's like Matt Damon in Rounders.
It's not really like Rounders. I mean, he wins a lot in Rounders, and he's a lot more handsome.
He must really like poker.
He likes it. But I wouldn't say that's the real reason he left. The split came at a really hard time. The theater was doing worse, and I was spending all my time there. Then your grandmother started really declining and needed more and more help. I think when I decided we needed to move in with her to care for her, well, being a full-time caretaker for his mother-in-law was not something your father ever signed up for. So he left for Nevada. He wanted to stay married. Said we could make it work. But by that time...
It was already over.
Yeah, exactly. I realized that this was a pattern that would never really end. Do you blame me for ending it?
No, I get it. You needed his support, and he just ran away. Kind of forced your hand.
Yeah, kind of.
That sucks, Mom. But I do miss him. I'm sorry for buying the tickets.
Oh.
I should have talked to you first. I guess I thought, I don't know, that Dad, explain everything to me in a way that made sense, and that he was living some great life out there.
No, you shouldn't apologize. I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier. I guess I was embarrassed. That I would have married such a ding-dong. Professional gambler. I didn't want to have to say it out loud. But I guess you can't keep running away from your problems forever.
Now I have these tickets, and I don't know what to do.
I think you should go.
To Reno?
Yeah. I think it would be good for you to hear his side of the story. We may not always get along, but he's not a bad guy. And you guys have a good relationship. You should spend some time with him. I think it'd be good for both of you.
Are you sure, Mom?
Yeah, I'm sure. But it's not over Thanksgiving, right?
Oh, God, no. And Miss August mac and cheese? Fat chance. I'm proud of you, Mom.
For what?
What do you mean, for what? You're kick-ass. How many moms would stop packing up their house to drive their daughter all over Michigan to search for a family secret? Or run their own business, run a community theater? That's pretty cool.
All right. Maybe not the brightest idea from a financial perspective, but it is pretty cool. Thanks, honey. That means a lot. And speaking of businesses, that's pretty impressive that you made enough money to buy a plane ticket.
Yeah, it's exciting that people are willing to pay me to design websites.
Well, I've seen what you can do, and you do a great job.
Thanks, Mom.
I'm serious. When I saw your web stuff, I mean, I don't always know what I'm looking at, but I know it looks good.
Thanks.
An artist's eye, just like your grandma.
And my mom. But maybe it skipped over my aunt.
Come on, her painting wasn't that bad. Well, I guess I always imagined that you'd go to Ford like Grandma and me. It's silly, but it's not fair of me. God knows I didn't do everything my mom wanted me to do.
Like seeing Kurt?
Yeah, exactly. Amongst many other things. But yeah, it's hard to let go, to see you as an adult, not just my baby girl.
Mom.
You were so cute back then. Even cuter than now.
Stop.
And you had the biggest head. Everyone said it. Everyone said, that's the baby with the
Super.
biggest head.
Merci à tous.
Bowling ball head. The bowling ball baby.
Yep. And it was all your dad. On my side, we all have perfect, tiny little heads. Like golf balls.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think about the whole August thing?
Moving in with her?
Yeah. I guess it's a big decision, moving to Chicago.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly.
Would you want to move in with her?
It seems like a good choice. Even if it's just for a while, at least we'd have a place to stay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Are you worried about the theater? Or my school?
These days I'm worried about everything, but I'm confident too. Confident we can figure it out.
Yeah.
We've been through so much this last year. You've been through so much. I have to have faith that we'll continue to make things work.
Yeah. Me too.
I will say, August's house is pretty nice.
Her bathtub is the size of my bedroom.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be worth it for the bathtub alone. We should call August and tell her about all this.
Oh, hey, August, guess what? Our dad really is our dad.
You can sleep easy. We're not French-Canadian after all.
Whatever we end up doing, I'm glad you're with me.
Yeah, me too.
Eh ben... Oh les gars, le jeu il est vénère hein, niveau discussion, ça parle. Hein. Non mais c'est un bon petit jeu, après bon... 3h40 quand même. On va dire 3h30 parce que j'ai parlé un peu au début et tout du stream. Non, elle a pas récupéré son téléphone par contre.